So I bought the cheapest PS5 console and controller on eBay, and in this video, we'll open both of them up, see what they sent us, and hopefully they work. So to make sure this is the cheapest PS5 console and controller on eBay, I went to the eBay search bar, I typed in PS5 console, filtered by used and buy it now, and then I sorted by cheapest. And then I selected the cheapest PS5 that didn't have issues, and then I did the same thing for the controller. So here in this massive box is the PS5 console, and I'm a little bit worried about it because it's sliding around inside, but let's go ahead and open this up and see what they sent us. Now this is supposed to be PS5 console only, no controller or anything, no wires. A bit sketchy. I'm not sure why anybody would have a PS5 console only at this point. Usually you have a controller, cords with it, but who knows, they might have gotten it from an auction or something. We do have a little bit of package. Oh, it came in a box. So the description did not show a box, so I'm actually very surprised here that we have a box. Hopefully that helped with packaging, but dude, what did they do to this box? So we got the box out, and this thing is covered in styrofoam. Not sure why. I didn't see any styrofoam in the box, so I'm not sure how that got there. And then if we, I mean, the front looks pretty good other than the styrofoam all over it. Then if we, actually, never mind. No, there's a giant rip right there. Whatever. I wasn't expecting the box anyway, so it's, I guess, a bonus. But like here on the side, like this flap is just sticking out. Not supposed to be sticking out. Here on the back, the flap is on the outside instead of the inside. And just a giant piece of shipping tape across it. And then again on this side, halfway tucked in, halfway not. So that's a bit odd. I don't know what to say. Hopefully the console is in there and not damaged, but wow, and I just cut it a little bit when I was opening it up. But like I said, it wasn't supposed to come with a box, so I guess this is a bit of a bonus. And yeah, as you can see, more tears right there, so always fun to see that. So me personally, I'm more of a keep the box kind of guy. Let me know down below if you guys keep your console boxes or if you get rid of them. I know a lot of people just get rid of them, but honestly, I keep all of mine. All right, so here in this box, typically we have everything in here, but oh, we actually do have the original packaging, at least for the console. But again, no controller, no cords. I just, like, I'm questioning how they came across a PS5 that had no cords, no controller, but it still had the box and everything. It's a weird situation. Thanks to FlexiSpot for sponsoring today's video. So this right here is my FlexiSpot E7 Pro Plus standing desk, and man, I love it. Having a FlexiSpot standing desk like this can really be a game changer for your workflow. It has a desk keypad that allows you to easily move the desk all the way up to 49.4 inches and then all the way down to 23.8 inches. And by the way, you can also program memory presets. So whether you want to use the desk sitting down, standing up, or even doing a weird squat in between, there's a height for you. And as you saw in the first clip, the FlexiSpot E7 is super smooth as it goes up and down, and it can even hold up to 355 pounds, all while being wobble free. And the best part about it is FlexiSpot really stands behind their product. They offer a 15-year warranty. That's right, I said 15-year warranty on this desk, which means you don't have to worry about this thing breaking down in a few years and having to buy a new desk. And it was actually rated by TechRadar as the best standing desk for working from home. And me personally, I like these FlexiSpot desks so much that I actually have 3 of them right now. I have one right here that I use for filming. I have one in my office for a standard workstation with a monitor and a Mac. And then I have one at home that I also use for filming. And I've had the one at home for over 3 years, and man, that one is showing no signs of slowing down. So what are you waiting for? If you're looking for a high quality adjustable desk, check out the FlexiSpot E7 desk down below in the description and customize your new FlexiSpot desk to your heart's content. But here we have all of our packaging. Looks pretty good right here, but it is indeed just the console, not even the stand. I don't see the stand here, so it's literally just the console. And I mean, right from the get-go, I was a little bit sketched out by this purchase because the description had just looked a little bit sketchy. It didn't look right, something about it was off, but it was the cheapest one that worked. There were some cheaper PS5s, but they had issues. This one supposedly completely works. But here is the console, and top looks pretty nice. I don't see like really any scratches or scuffs. Nothing crazy to write home about. And so here on the front we have the glossy portion, and here is what's going to tell us how much this PS5 has been used, because if there's a lot of scratches here, it's probably been used a lot. Honestly, looking at these front 2 ports, I'm not sure if you can see, there we go. So I think you got some reflection there, but I don't see like really any scratches around the front 2 ports. So that tells me this PS5 may not have actually been used very much. And then going to the top, also just actually don't see that many scratches. So that's a good sign. So looking over the back, it actually looks pretty good as well. The one thing I usually look at on a console just in general is the HDMI port. If you see a bunch of scratches there, you know it's been used a good bit. I see like a couple scratches, but nothing crazy. So I don't know, maybe this console hasn't been used much. Maybe that's also a bit sketchy because maybe it was a return that didn't work. I don't know. But yeah, no stand. Overall, physically, console looks pretty good, which is actually surprising based on that box we just got. But let's take a look at the controller now. All right, so now for the DualShock 5 controller, and this is a bit sketchy to me. The listing said it was in very good condition, 93% out of 100, which I'll show you. I don't think it's a very good condition, and it's in a bubble mailer, which is not great. You know, if I ship out controllers, I always ship them in a box because you can really mess up the analog sticks and buttons if you ship it in a bubble mailer, but I mean, we'll see what comes out of here. So this is funny. They use the free USPS packaging and put it inside larger non-free packaging. So they basically use the free stuff for the wrong service. A little bit dirty when people do that, but whatever. All right, and then in here, oh, we have another bubble mailer. All right, guys, so we have bubble mailer inception. We got one bubble mailer, 2, 3, and I think we're finally down to the controller now. All right, here it is. Here's controller, and there's something else in here. We have just a random pawn shop sticker. All right, so here's the controller, and as you can see, this thing is not great. So I saw the pictures in the listing, and they did look like this. I knew it wasn't gonna be in great condition, but I just thought it was funny that the description said it was in very good condition. Obviously, we're missing an entire thumbstick grip right here. This one is partially torn off. The entire thing just looks well loved, well used. It just looks like it's been worn down so much on the front and back. Like there's dirt on the sides. All the buttons seem to click. So from that standpoint, it seems to work. Actually, ooh, that mute button doesn't really click. It feels very sticky. So I don't have high hopes for this controller. Oh, it is flashing. It is turning on. So it at least has power. But yeah, I don't have high hopes for this controller, honestly. So our next step is to plug in the PS5 console and the controller, see if they work. I'm a bit skeptical, but I guess we'll find out. So now we're connected up. My PS5 controller is connected to the PS5. PS5 is on the screen. Looks good so far. Let's go ahead and connect to Wi-Fi. I see my 2G Wi-Fi, but I don't see 5G. There it is. All right, so we'll connect to my 5G Wi-Fi and we'll see if it works. We appear to be connected up to the internet. Let's go ahead and finish the setup. HDR, don't care about that right now. And apparently I can go ahead and insert a game disc to see if that works. So I guess I'll go ahead and do that. So I have Resident Evil Village for the PS5. We'll go ahead and put that in, make sure it works. All right, disc is in. Let's finish the setup now. All right, so I booted up all the way. So far, so good. There's a few things I want to test, obviously. So first, let's go to settings, and let's check out our speeds here. There is a chance that, you know, the network card is messed up. I bought a refurbished PS5 from eBay about a year ago, and it actually had a bad GPU, which is kind of crazy to figure out. But I'll throw that link on the screen if you want to go check that video out. But that was really weird. Yeah, so this seems to be about right for Wi-Fi. So the next thing I want to do while this disc is installing is I actually want to download Astro's Playroom. This game is great for testing out all the controls in the controller, making sure the screen looks good. This is actually the game where I figured out the other PS5 had a bad GPU. So this is a great game to try. Astro's Playroom is installed, so we're booting it up now. We're going to play it a bit, test out these controls, and make sure the PS5 is performing as it should. All right, so this left analog stick is the one I'm most concerned about, considering it's missing the thumb grip completely. But it appears to work. We can jump, we can fly. Can we punch this tree? We can. The button was actually a little bit sticky there. I do want to check out this mute button because that was the one. It does work. It's just very sticky. Like it doesn't click like it should. A bit odd. Home button works. Let's see what else we got here. Square works. I don't think I can use triangle or circle on this page. I am concerned about the adaptive triggers. Those are the ones that seem to go out most easily. So let's go ahead and go to, I think it's that PS1 area over there. And we'll go ahead and play some of the claw machine and try out our triggers and see if they're working. So you hop on this thing. If you're not familiar with this game, you can actually, so first of all, I can use my motion right here to move this guy around, which appears to be working. And now if I pull the left trigger, I can pull this lever down. So it kind of uses the adaptive triggers here. Okay, that one seems to be good. And then I use the right one to squeeze it. All right, seems to be good as well. Let's try it out again. We'll pull down the left trigger again, so it kind of stops right there, and then boom. Always cool to do. Oh, I can throw it up in the air. I didn't know I could do that. And then we'll squeeze it. All right, cool. So those two are working, but all right, cool. So far so good. Let me we'll go to one of the play areas and just explore the environment and test out these other controls. So I'm trying out the share button and the start button, and both of them work, but they're very sticky, which is awesome. And another feature I was a bit worried about was the vibration. Vibration does seem to be working, and you know, if I run around on different surfaces, it feels a bit different. So I'm not having any issues with Astro's Playroom. Controller seems to be good so far. Let's try out Resident Evil Village, since that's what I put the disc in. I just finished installing. All right, so Resident Evil Village is working. I tried out a few more buttons that I couldn't try on Astro's Playroom, and those do seem to be working. I actually have not played Resident Evil Village in a long time. I played it when it first came out for a few hours and then just never finished it for whatever reason. So I actually really need to go back and finish this game up. Now, another thing I want to try is playing a PS4 game. I'm not sure if it uses a different laser than the PS5, but let's just try it out just to make sure a PS4 game will work. All right, so Until Dawn for the PS4 is recognized. It is copying, so that appears to work. PS5 game works. Internet works. I'm signed into my online account. Doesn't seem to be banned or anything. So, I think we're all good here. So there is one last thing I want to do here. We're going to open up this PS5, take a look at the insides. Honestly, I might just take the faceplates off and see what it's looking like, but we're going to at least try to get a better idea of what was done with this console, if it's been refurbished, if anything's been fixed, if it's even been opened before. All right, so it's been a while since I took these plates off, but you lift up one of the corners and then basically slide it. It's pretty easy to do once you find the right corner to lift up. So let's see if I can do this without breaking it. All right, so I have to lift up on this top left-hand corner and then pull to the right. There it goes. Comes off pretty easily. So taking a look at the faceplate, looks very nice. No pieces broken, so the faceplate may not have even been taken off before. Taking a look under here. I don't see, let's take a look at this fan. I don't see any dust at all. So I'm wondering if this console had ever been used. Looking at the glossy part, looks very scratch free. I don't see any dust on the fans, which normally you would, even with a little bit of use here, but it's almost dust free. And this screw right here looks like it has not been removed. Let's take apart the other side as well and take a quick glance at it. So on this side, lift up the PlayStation logo and then push to the left. There we go. PS5 fan here looks very nice. I don't see anything crazy going on here. I was still baffled why this console came console only with the box but missing controller and all that good stuff, because that's kind of normal for something that was refurbished, or I don't know. I'm just speculating, but it's just odd that a console in this good a condition would come in a box like that and not have the controller, all that stuff. Just weird. And so if we wanted to take this apart further, we'd have to peel up on this sticker right here, which it looks like it's never been touched. So actually this one as well. These two look like they've never been touched, so I'm assuming it has not been opened unless somebody very carefully took it apart with some heat with the heat gun and put it back perfectly or had a replacement. I doubt that's what was done. So I'm going to deem this as an almost brand new console almost. Like you saw, barely any scratches on the glossy part, which is very, very rare to find in a glossy console like this. But yeah, overall console works. I'm actually very surprised. I bought this on eBay, cheapest possible for the controller and the PS5. Both work just fine. I'll probably sell these on my website. Check out the link down below. I'll try to give you guys a good price because obviously I don't need extra PS5s right now. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and hope you enjoyed.